Guys, Bonzagni here, Harper Porsche. It has been a minute since I've had a video, and I wanted to do a little bit special one for you guys looking for a more standard Cayenne. This is the all-new 2024 Cayenne in base format. No options, keeping it simple. Derek, what am I getting standard? Let's go down the list and check this thing out. Also had a couple questions on some options. I'll touch on those. How to save memory settings, things like that some customers ask, so I'll address that in this video as well. So thanks guys for watching. Let's check this thing out. Guys, we'll start on the outside. So keyless entry actually used to be an option to get in. We called it comfort access, hand in the handle access. Now it's standard. So you got your lock on there. You notice blind spot's another one we'll point out that is now standard. A lot more safety features are now standard. 4-door access there. Now on the rear, things that are important that people ask, where's the 4-zone climate? There is not 4-zone climate. It is an optional thing, but on here you do have vents back here, so, and there are some floor vents as well. What you're missing is the actual digital climate controls that go here, and then you would have vents up here as well. So the middle seat is the same setup. You'll notice you just pull this handle here and you can still flip this down. All that stuff's the same. You can still recline them partially to about that level there. Got great leg room down here. Amazing headroom in the Cayenne. Now there is no sunroof because we're on a base model, right? You still have the grained leather, and there's a couple of things that it'd be hard to pick out if you could even tell there's some synthetic parts, but when you don't get full leather, the top of the doors here are not wrapped. You still get this kind of synthetic right here on the side, right? But still plenty of luxury, I mean, for what this is and what they used to be, right? These right here are the base wheels. It's a nice looking wheel. You don't get the painted fenders right here, but that is a good looking wheel. It's a lot better than the old base wheels used to be. It's a 20-inch wheel. They used to have 19s on these things once upon a time. The headlamp, you'll notice I have a headlamp video. Check that out. In here, let me get my face out of the camera. You'll see there's a single LED lens instead of the 4. So the HD will have the 4, right? HD matrix, we call it. You'll see that as an option. Adaptive cruise is still going to be an option. There'll be a ball here. There's no surround view camera, right? It will have rear view camera standard. You do have auto high beams now standard, which are part of that LED headlights. So you still have really good headlights, rain sensing wipers, keyless entry, right? LED tail light in the back here. It's the same setup. Of course, the dual exhaust from Porsche. So you still have the core items. If you want the fenders painted, yes, you're gonna have to jump up to a 21-inch plus wheel, right? Let me get me out of the sun here. All right, here we are on the inside. Notice how quiet it is in here. We've got all this traffic outside. You kind of hear that. It's nice and quiet. So, a couple things. First thing I want to do, we're going to go here. This is the welcome screen. This is where you would sign into your Porsche account. So your salesperson would sign you up on your My Porsche. It would be an email and a password. You would basically create that after you confirm ownership, which he would do. We're going to do continue as guest in this case, right? We're going to disable privacy mode, which turns on the communications with the SIM card, basically. And this is the new layout. You guys have seen my videos already. I've gone through this in detail. So if you're interested in all this, check that out. Specifically what I want to talk about is we do have memory for ergonomics on the driver's seat, even in base format. So how to do that is you just hit set and then 1, and we just saved everything. Basically your power tilt and telescope wheel, which is over here, that is standard, which is nice. You notice too down here while I'm down here is you do have lane assist, your standard cruise control, not adaptive, so there's no distance control, right? But yeah, you still have your memory there. You still have your power fold mirrors, right? And you still got your all your adjustments down here. All the windows are one touch, power tailgate, all that. So over here we're gonna go specifically, we got heated seats as standard, right? So if I click on that, that's my heated seat. Dual zone climate is standard, sync. You do have the wireless charger in here, standard, 2 USB-Cs, right? So all the essentials are in here, and you do have your rear view camera as well with the park sensors. So beeping is front and rear. You just don't have the surround view option, right? So that's what that looks like. So we got the heated seat on. We're gonna go here to controls. We're gonna test something out. I am in guest mode. This is where your login would be. Now all memory settings, with the exception of the ergonomics, which actually they are too, but the ergonomics are on here, which would be like your mirrors and your steering wheel and your seat, right? On here, if you want to change things like your settings of door locks and things like that, we would go into vehicle settings under whatever account we're in. You know, say it's, for me, it's Derek, right? I'd be logged into my account, my Porsche account, but right now we're in guest. So we're going to leave it on guest. We're going to go to the low car on the bottom corner here, okay? And we're going to select, you got drive modes. So this is just your standard drive modes. This is not sport chrono. So we go over sport, so it doesn't start stop anymore, basically. You can customize your individual settings here on the sport mode. So the old individual mode's gone, but you can go here and like take the chassis, for example, and put it on normal. And you're still going to have sport here. But look, that's basically just put me back to normal, right? So in the sport mode specifically, you can tailor how you want that set up. So if I go to sport, you can actually put the suspension on comfort or normal, and then you can hit the check mark, and basically every time you get in and put it on sport, you can still have your sporty setting, but your comfortable ride. The other thing I'm going to show you is comfort, driver's seat. Now you notice my heat balance. I turned this on earlier just on the bottom portion. Heat balance all the way down on the seat. So this is like, I just want heat. When I push this button, I just want heated seat on the bottom, on my butt basically, or on the top backrest. See? You see how it turns red up there? Or the default would be 0, which is the whole seat. So to each their own, right? If you have ventilated seat, you can do the same thing, which would be in an upgraded package. So let's say we do backrest, right? This is all my assistance functions, drive functions, right? So I got all my custom settings and drive mode and all that, and we're done, right? So that's basically saved because I'm in guest profile, so it's going to remember the way I had it. So we're going to shut this off. I'm going to grab the key right here. Actually, it's in my pocket. Let's walk outside. And we're going to lock it on the door here. Double chirp, we're locked. I always kind of let it fall asleep. I give it about a minute, and I'll fast forward to that here so you guys don't have to sit here for a minute. All right, so we're going to come back out. It's been a little bit now. Hand in the handle. Let's hop on back in here and crank this thing up. Let's see if it retained our memory. Start it up. Okay, let's hop over here. Continue as guest. We're going to disable that. Okay, now we're still in guest mode. Okay, we're going to go to the Cayenne. All right, and remember driver's seat. It's back where I had it. Driver's seat on the rear. So it did retain it. Now, let me check something else. So it's funny, what it didn't retain, which I'll have to mess with here, is I put it in sport. I twisted this over. And then I changed that to normal. See how it says sport and now normal? And then I'm gonna hit the check mark. Whoops. Drive mode has been saved individually, right? I swear I hit the check mark on the last one. I'll have to rewind my video and watch it, but let's shut that off and see if it remembers that part. We'll check that out. That's the one thing I didn't see it do, but it did remember the heated seat. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna shut this off and do it again. I know I have saved it. I just did it again, saved individually. Let's go back to normal. Let's just check that real quick. Normal, sport. Okay, so it's remembering when I bounce back and forth. See? By the way, sport mode automatically saves start stop. That's why there's no checkbox. It shuts down start stop, so you don't have to worry about that while we're in here. So interesting. So let's leave it there. Let's shut it off. We'll do this one more time. Why not? We're on video, so I can just clip over, right? Here we go. All right, here we go again. Back in. Start. Continue as guest. Disable. All right. Let's check sport. All right, let me go to the actual mode so you can see it. Just hit the Cayenne. All right, it retained it. So maybe I forgot to hit the little checkbox up here. So, but it definitely retained it that time. So we're good. So it remembered how I liked it. So let's check the comfort. Comfort, driver's seat. Yep, we're still in the back. So that's doing what it's supposed to be doing. This set one, just remember, is your seat, mirrors, steering wheel, right? So that's that stuff. While we're in here, now that we got that over with, this little guy right here, and I know I've showed this off before, arrow over, rotate down with your thumb. You got your map there. So we got nav standard, right? Speed limit signs on there, recognition standard. And this is multi-gauge, right? So you can kind of see everything in one shot. And then more of a basic display, right? So that's how your gauges are gonna look. Pretty neat. You can also arrow over to this one and you can rotate that one. So I'm arrowing with this. So yeah, I can put the G-force meter, you can tire pressures on that side over there. And then this one you can rotate and change that as well. So just a couple little things, right? Check out if you haven't done that. So you basically have your normal, sport, and off-road modes just by twisting this dial here. Go back to the key. Sorry, go back to drive modes. So I'm spinning the dial and I've got normal, I've got off-road mode, and then you can customize the off-road mode as well, which is pretty cool. You can see I have the same save settings in here. Yep. So you've got those as well. So what are we missing, Derek, basically? So the most popular things are gonna be obviously the sunroof. And that's a given. If you don't mind not having a sunroof, hey, go for it. No big deal at all. Some people don't have to have them. Not a big deal. Bose audio is missing. Their standard sound system is not bad at all. It just doesn't have a subwoofer in the back, so the front speakers are a little more powerful, in my opinion. They've got a little more audio going to them because they're not like set up to be surround like a Bose system. So it's not bad at all. I mean, Bose obviously has the name, and if you're a sound guy, then yeah, you want the Bose, or of course you want the Burmeister, which is a big upgrade. Cooled seats. Full leather is going to be an a la carte option, so you've got this soft touch material here, right? You still have, LED lighting everywhere. You still have auto dimming mirror. You still have the LED headlights. You still have the auto high beam. You see that. If I go real quick into the assistant settings, you'll see what you have for standard assistance features. So if I go to additional functions, I still have a speed warning, which is just basically telling me to set a speed and it will chime. I still have lane keep assist, warn and brake assist, lane change assist is blind spot, occupancy alert, brake recommendation. So a lot of the standard stuff is already in here. Basically, you're missing adaptive cruise, surround view camera. These are all the a la carte. So if you like those extra toys, yes, I completely understand. But that's why these ones are priced much lower. It makes sense, right? Wheels and all those things. It's very easy to spend $20,000 to $30,000 on a Cayenne, depending on how much stuff you want. If you want heads-up display, you want soft closed doors, those things are all available. You can even do night vision now. I mean, you can get into dual screens on the dash. I've gone through that in some of my other videos. Definitely check out the Porsche configurator, which is on PorscheUSA.com. And my name is Derek Bonzagni here at Harper Porsche. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'll do the best I can to answer them for you. And we do appreciate you checking out these videos. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. And of course, if you'd like to subscribe for more, we'll keep them coming for you. Thanks, guys.